I'm sitting here today thinking about some of the comments that I'm getting on the little ads I've been running, directing people to notanoption.live, my website that's directed to people who contemplate suicide or have suicidal thoughts that seem to plague them. And, I've just known so many precious people I over the years that just are great people, smart people, loving people, people that love their families, people that love God, people that are just some of the sweetest people in the world. And then if you get deep enough inside, you can discover that they struggle with thoughts of death and darkness and suicide every day. And I've known that, but boy, all the people that's been writing that on these ads, like I think about it daily, or it's ever since I was a kid, and my heart it breaks my heart. And I know that I'm so small and insignificant in this big, huge picture. And I understand so many times with the people struggle, and it's not anything outward. It's not like there's any one big deal. Many times it's just a lot of things. And so my desire in this is to just help people think about it, really think it through. Really, really think it through. And that's why I give them the option to write down. I got 5 little questions to just write down the answers. Just try this. I don't know the answers, but I do know that the answer is in the person's hand. Nobody has any power with this except them. It's so terrible. I deal with parents whose children are suicidal, or maybe they have your loved one, and to know that you don't have any power over that. They have the power. The person that you love can be the same person who kills the person you love. And so how do we do that? Well, my hope is that you can help them to think things through on a day before it gets too dark, that they can't see, that the storm doesn't get too hard, that they can't even hear the voices of the loved ones. They can't, people with children, it's just unbelievable. They can't see the faces of their kids. In fact, when they see their kids' faces, many times they just think, I'm not a good parent and they'll be better off without me, which is the biggest fat freaking lie in the world. Nobody's going to take your place. Those babies, oh my God. That's just the hardest. So anyway, I don't want to put a guilt trip on anybody because that adds to it. See, people they don't want to die. They don't want to leave their kids. They don't want to leave their families. What they want to do is leave their pain. And sometimes they feel like that's a power in itself to know that I can check out. I have the power if life gets unbearable, that I have the power to do this. I can decide when, how, where, and if I do it. So there's an empowering concept to that. So also empowering you to know you can take it off the table. Only you can do that. Nobody can talk you out of this. It's not about talking you out of it. It's about you deciding that that's not going to be an option for you. That when you die, and everybody's going to, that ain't going to be the way you do it. And if you have to stay alive for somebody else until you can stay alive for yourself, then do it. Because this too can pass. And I believe there is hope, expecting good to come. I'm not to be a pep talk. That don't change people. What can change people is when you're empowered to know that I have the power alone myself. This is my decision. It's my body. I can do this, or I cannot do this. That is up to you. And nobody's judging. Nobody's blaming. Just trying to do what I can to help. Maybe I'm being selfish. I just don't want to lose another person. I know what it's like for me, what I've gone through, and then I see people all the time that's going through it. But you are more powerful and more important than you even have a clue.